Today's show is brought to you by Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, the green juice, solves the problem of juicing greens on the go. We all know that we need to get those fruits and greens and vegetables and all that in our diets, guys, and here's a quick and easy way to get it. You just add water, drink, and let your body soak up the benefits. Visit Organifi.com to learn more about an exciting offer for you, our podcast listeners. That's Organifi, Organifi.com. This episode is also brought to you by PayPal. With PayPal, you can open your doors to over 250 million active account holders. When it comes to growing your business, PayPal is your payments partner for today and tomorrow. Visit paypal.com/growth to set up a free business account today.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Beijing sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What up?
And Dr. Douglas Thomas. What's going on, E?
Mic check one. I think we good.
You always wanted to be in a rap group when you was coming
You know what I'm saying?
You always thought
I think we good. Hey,
you always thought you
heard
was
my song
supposed
though.
to be in DMC. You
You heard my song though, the one that just came out where I'm doing the Kirk Franklin in the beginning of the. Did you hear that one yet?
I still hadn't heard it. No, I still hadn't heard it.
I gotta let y'all hear Wayne Buckner,
yeah.
my boy Wayne Buckner, and True Identity. Why don't we stop now? If we could stop right now, and real quick, Maestro, if you could play that, cause he always. So let's just play that. And 1, 2, 3.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy E.T. and I'm here live and direct with my homie from Wyoming, Wayne Buckner and True Identity. Now let's keep it 100, y'all. We've been blessed with another one. So the question is, what we gonna do? We gonna rise, we gonna grind, and we gonna let our little light shine. We gonna claim today as the best day. Why? Cause it's a blessed day. you to count your blessings. Stop being negative. Stop digging a hole. I need you to encourage your soul so that we don't mess up and lose sight of the goal. From Wyoming, Wayne Buckner, and True Identity. Today is a brand new day.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, see.
All right, there we go.
You remember when it used to be humble, see? You remember them days?
Oh, bro, no, I actually know. I don't.
I gotta let C know though, because he keep joning on. I told him I was doing a rap back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I just like it's the truth.
What did they used to call you back in the
like,
day? I can't even remember. What did your
It's a lost file. I was with a group and I rapped on a hookup and it's a lost file. So this is the closest one I had to that. So I just want to, you know how I am.
Let me tell you something. I pray nobody finds my lost file raps. Because let me tell you something. I thought I was in death row. I'm talking about, bro, if somebody was to find my raps, I may be out of a job, dog. They'd be like, okay, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? I sold so many drugs and shot so many guns in my raps. It was
that's right.
From Lansing, Michigan. Yeah,
we didn't even know. I was like Vanilla Ice before Vanilla Ice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even know it. I was like, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just what you did. My homie had some recording equipment.
It's entertainment.
Oh, no doubt. We'd listen to Eazy-E and then go straight in the booth. Like, yep, we got that too. You know what I'm saying? With a curfew at 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable. Wow. CB4. Shout out to CB4. Y'all don't know that movie, but a lot of people listening do. Man, let me tell you something. Am I tripping, or is it nothing like a good flu to help you appreciate some health? And it's crazy, man. You know, when you, for real, this is serious. In all seriousness, when you think about how the body works, some of you may be able to hear me right now, and I'm a little under the weather. I haven't been sick. I'm talking about, like, especially the flu. I mean, probably since, I want to say right around the time Trey was born. So Trey's 4.5. And so that was like right when we moved into our old house. So anyway, you know how, like, for real, when you don't, I'm seeing now, maybe because I'm older too, when you don't stay up on your body and make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, like, that sickness can hit you. And so I think, man, with just all the stuff that was going on with Chris, you know, I was stressed, obviously hurt. I wasn't sleeping like I should have been sleeping. I wasn't hit the gym like I should have been. I wasn't hitting my Organifi like I should have been. Like, I was just chilling. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a tough couple weeks for me. And, like, my body, like, I don't know what happened, but, man, Sunday I woke up and I'm talking about my whole throat was closed. And I was like, man, and Carl was here, matter of fact. Yeah. And remember, Carl, I looked at you and was like, yo, my throat. And you was like, for real? And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, and then, like, I think Carl and Ma ended up leaving at, like, what, 4 o'clock or something?
Yeah, at 4.
And by the time 4 hit, I told Carl, I was like, nah, bruh, like, something wrong. And Carl was like, you straight? And I was like, nah. So after you left, Carl, I spiked a fever of, like, 103.
Are you serious?
And, bruh, crazy. I'm talking about I was burning up. I'm like, yo, I know I got the flu. And so, sure enough, man, 3 days, 2.5 days, my wife said 3 days, man, I was going through it. I'm talking about, like, I laid in the bed under the covers, and, man, shout out to Tay, who, you know, she always home remedied me. Tay got me, oh, my goodness, she got me eating garlic and, like, chopping it up real fine and then, like, eating it, like, swallowing it like a pill, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even, like, chew or nothing like that. I'm like, man, can I put it on a steak or something? You just want me to swallow it? I'm talking about, so I was swallowing garlic, ginger tea, of course, all the old recipes. Then you know me, I'm not even gonna play with it. I'm on the nighttime Theraflu, something wicked. But man, I'm talking about full body aches, pains, throat swole up. So I've spent a lot of time in the bed. So I do, on a positive note, I have some great Netflix recommendations because I watched TV for 2 straight days as I was in and out. You know how you got the flu and you just like fall asleep for like 3 hours, wake up for an hour. And But yeah, nah, man, I was going through it. But it's crazy how you get sick like that. And I was just like, God, I'd do anything to be able to go outside and check the mail. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, and it's crazy because when you're healthy, you don't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, like even today, I got up, you know, and I'm not 100%. I'll probably put my health at about 86% right now. So I'm getting there. I don't feel quite as strong as I usually do. I'm still got a little soreness just from, you know, being in the bed that many days. But like, even getting up, putting my shoes on, taking my kids to school, coming back, you really do realize you take that stuff for granted. You know what I'm saying? So every day you wake up and you like feeling good, yo, it's an opportunity. I remember I was sitting there the other day, I promise you, I was laying under the covers and I was like, yo, as soon as I get healthy, I'm going crazy. I'm about to be so much, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like work-wise, I was just like, yo, like, for real, I feel blessed to be healthy. And it's like, yo, I feel like, man, so many of us, we take it for granted. And this time I was like, yo, I really want to remember this feeling. Like, you in the bed, you can't move, your head is pounding. Like, yo, when you get back right, don't waste a second. Like, go hard when you can go hard. And so I'm on the mend now, fellas. I'm definitely feeling better. I appreciate all the well wishes. For those of you who text me in the last week and didn't hear nothing back, you know why. So don't take it personal. I don't text back a whole lot as it is, but with the flu, it's just like, forget about it. But yeah, no, man, I'm on the mend now, but I don't know, man. I don't know when I can't remember the last time. I remember one time EU got sick and lost like, that was what springboarded E into losing weight.
Into losing weight.
He lost about 75 pounds
that.
one time. He went from chunky E to light E in one flu. I remember he came back healthy like a week later and was like, hey, I'm good, the gut is gone.
Lil Davion got me sick, bruh. And every time I see him, I kiss him in his mouth. It was the best of the worst, bruh.
No doubt. He came out about 50 pounds lighter, was like, hey, it ain't all bad. Let's go. I remember literally that day he started working out. We ain't never worked out before that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just being real. It was like a kickstart boy. It was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? It was like a kickstart boy. So no, definitely, yeah. Sometimes sickness can, sometimes it can be good, but for some of y'all, you don't have enough weight. I had enough weight to be able to get
lose
sick.
And be all right.
Yeah. Some of y'all got to stay healthy because you're about 5 pounds away from being in ICU.
You don't want that. Right.
So you don't want that.
I had a little buffer room.
No questions asked.
You know what I'm saying?
I would disappear. I promise y'all, I lose 10 pounds. I'm up out of here. I'm going to disappear. Y'all ain't going to be able to see me.
We can't afford to have you lose 10, bro. We cannot afford to have you lose 10. In other news, lighter news, my kids finished their swim lessons, 12 sessions, and I can honestly say my son is a fish, and it feels great. Of course, y'all know one of my biggest concerns with getting a house with a pool was just, them kids in that backyard and, getting in that pool. But man, let me tell you something. Trey is cannonballing in the deep end, back. This little joker can backstroke across I can't remember if I sent y'all that video. He was back. He literally can backstroke the whole length of the pool and back, like no problem. Turn over, swim regular, go underwater. Now he can dive underwater and like pick stuff off the floor of the pool. Just crazy. And so, man, I just I wanted to provide that update because I know I talked about how my man was a drill sergeant and was on Trey's head. And you know what? It paid off, man. So I don't know about y'all, and I don't know about, some parents, man, that do too much and some, coaches or whatever. But in this situation, man, I let my man kind of go hard on my son, and it did pay off in this particular situation. So,
no question.
Grateful for that. And everybody else is good. What's catch me up, y'all? I've been in the abyss for a couple of days. Catch me up. What's going on in y'all lives?
Carl, catch him up. I go after Carl.
I got you. So, no, I was just going to tell you. So I just took Jordan to school. Man, of course, he's enjoying that. My man just different. See, he's gone. Like, I'm looking at my son like a teenager now that quick. Like, he gone. This morning, he said, just because first couple of days, I'm walking my man down to the classroom and, trying to like, all right, goodbye, son, hug, kiss, all that. And my man told me today, just drop me at the door, Dad. I'm like, all right.
Right. Yeah, I don't need all that.
I don't need all that, bro. Just drop me at the door. But I was going to tell you, school days is catching on. Literally, I'll send y'all a photo in a minute. The principal and a couple other people have a microphone as I pull up to the school, standing on the roof of the building, welcoming everybody to the school. I was like, ooh, we might have started something. They're literally standing, I'm talking PA system up there, her and like 2-3 other people literally stand on the roof, and she walking and she calling you by name. Hey, welcome, man. Hope you have a good day. Parents, y'all don't forget, have a great day. Y'all get in there.
Yeah,
I was like, ooh, I'm seeing like we started another trend around here. But yeah, no, see, everything's good on this end, man. Tamisha she locked in on that work. I'm a little hurt still. She going to bed at 2:00 trying to prepare for classes, and I thought I was past that life with the PhD, but we back at that again. But no, man, we good. We making it through. Oh, last piece of it. Michigan is bipolar. We get 40 degrees one day. We got 80 degrees yesterday. Today starts at 70 and go back down to like 50. I don't even understand. But other than that,
that's football weather,
good life.
man. Don't be complaining.
Welcome to the good life.
That's football weather.
But I'm saying, give me 55 consistent. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me 40 and then 80, bro.
I'm headed up that way. My mom been on my head about, y'all don't know about this because y'all not from Michigan. Well, E and Carl definitely do now because they've been there long enough. But my mom was on my head about bringing the kids up to go to the cider mill. You know what I'm saying?
We're going Sunday.
That's this weekend, right?
Uncle John.
We're going Sunday.
No doubt. We got it planned.
So for those of y'all who never been blessed by Uncle John's, let me tell y'all what Uncle John's is. Uncle John's is a cider mill about 25 minutes north of where I grew up in Lansing. And basically you go up there and it's a huge farm and you watch them like make the cider right on site. They got like, you know, penny candy stores all over. You can take the hayride to go pick out pumpkins. They got a haunted house. So it's just like a fall tradition. I literally went to Uncle John's. I think, let's say, okay, I lived at home, and this is including college. My mom would make us come back. If I'm 35 now, which I am, I've been to Uncle John's, I'd say, of 35 years, I'd say 30 times. And that's including, obviously, being an adult. I think I've been 30 of my 35 years, and that's just like, you know, coming home in the fall, once, you know, me and Candace was traveling. We come home in the fall, we hit Uncle John's. Like, no kid, this is before kids, anything. And now that we got kids, of course, it's, you know, we taking them. So Trey has been 2 or 3 times, and he's 4. So, yeah, man, we hit Uncle John's on the reg. And so y'all going on Sunday. So I'm coming back home. I'll be there around the 20th. I got Anders wanted to go to the Michigan game, so I didn't even bother you. I just went on ahead and copped some tickets because I know everybody and their mama gonna call E. Mm-hmm. So I was like, let me not even put E in that situation.
That's a big game.
Don't worry about the you know, the person who built the company with him. His pastor friends gotta go. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
His pastor homie, by way of spiritual hierarchy, and they get the tickets before.
I'm talking about that. And they will call you on that too.
Oh, no. I already know. I promise you.
I prayed for you,
I was 2 seconds from calling you, and I was like, nope, you know what? I'm not even
I would have just bumped them off. I'd have bumped them off and not got prayer for this year because they would have stopped praying for me.
No. I think prayer and coverage might be more important. But what I will say, though, is I do need one favor. I may need you to walk me into Izzo's tailgate so I can get some of that food before the game. But
no questions
that's
asked.
it. It's the only thing I need.
So,
looking forward to coming up there and continuing those fall traditions. And yeah, man, you know me, you know the Quinnies, bro. We got some traditions that will never be outgrown. So looking forward to coming back, man, and enjoying some of that. That's good football weather right there. Don't hate on the 50s.
I'm talking about great football weather.
Yeah, something wrong here, like 89, 90. I'm like, okay, it's too hot, bro. And yeah, so no. E, tell us about your week, man. I know you've been on the run. I've been checking in on the tapes, but I ain't talking to you.
I wasn't on the run. I actually wasn't on the run this week, but I do want to say...
on the run for you is being at home. That's where everybody got your number and need...
You're right about that. I do want to say those who are listening, though, for those of you who don't have traditions, I do want to encourage you, you know, start them. You know, we talk about that a lot. You'll hear a lot of that as we go into... like he said, fall, as we go into Thanksgiving, as we go into Christmas, and then even the New Year. You know, that's one of the things I respect about certain cultures. You know, the Jewish culture, you know, it's the Passover, you know, the bar mitzvah, you know, and hanging out with Joe and Joe doing parties. He's been scooping me on, you know, different parties that he's doing. So I just want to encourage you guys as a family, as a church family. See, we do the John Cider Mill together. You know what I'm saying? So that's our new hookup. And so I just want to encourage those of you for real who are, I know you chasing that bag, you grinding, you doing your thing, but for us, it's a Friday night. We get together and have, a little gratitude, a moment together wherever everybody is. My son, my daughter's like, let's get on the phone. Let's say what we're grateful for, a quick prayer. I ain't trying to hold nobody up, so get your traditions, because the deeper the root, guys, the stronger the tree. And a lot of us chasing that money, and that's good, but the money is supposed to be about the freedom to be able to spend time with our family, So I just want to throw that in. But no, this has probably been one of the best weeks for me. And listen to me, I'm telling y'all, my old heads out there like me, my OG parents, guys, make the adjustments. But my son came up, which one, is I'm an empty nester. My wife, we loving it. So we gotta, we gotta pray, when the kids say
just
they want to come home.
Today.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta pray just to make it today. So Bull called, and I'm telling y'all, I'm growing as a man, I'm growing as a father. And when he called, I told my wife, our kids have to have and be able to hit that refresh button. And for me, and my parents know I love them, man, but we went through a lot. Unfortunately, I didn't handle things properly. So I didn't come home a lot, but when I did go home occasionally, I do remember going to my room, and I do remember feeling this like, yo, I don't have to be an adult for a few minutes. Like mom cooking the chicken noodle soup, you know what I'm saying? Making the grilled cheese sandwiches, and I just, for real, I went home a few times and just felt the weight of the world was off me for a minute. And I was like, you know what, Didi, Jalen, I can sense in his voice, he just needs to push that refresh button. And he need to be able to come to the crib, and I can't be on his head with, okay, what work you doing? Like, catch me up on what's going on. What time you getting up in the morning? Like, are you getting up at 6? Are we gonna get up at 6 and go exercise, whatever? And I was like, yo, let my man, this is a time to come home, push the refresh button. And so he came home, and of course, his sister was like, oh, he at the crib, I'm coming home. And I'm like, oh, we full. The nest is full again. We on some full boy here. But we went to the movies.
That's a beautiful thing, man. Let me tell you something. I just hold your spot. Yeah,
I got it.
Off. But when you sent me that video of Boom Boom and Jalen in the room just like hanging out, laughing, joking, I'm like, wow, like, yo, I was, sitting here like, shoot. Like, that's a dream come true for parents. Like, you see people, man, for real, who grown and they beefed out with their siblings. They don't come back. They don't really hang like that. Like, to see Jalen and Jada just at the crib with you and D, and they both grown. I'm talking about Jay out of college, Boom Boom about to finish, and the love that they got for each other, and the fact that y'all can still hang, just the four of y'all. Like, and I think you said it in the text, and you was like, Trey and Sweet Pea, you know what I'm saying, all over again. And I was like, wow, like, yo, I do pray that my family and my kids can be that close, and I could be that close to my kids, even at that grown age. And, I'm close with my parents like that. So to see your two hanging with y'all and y'all just laughing, joking around, like, the four of y'all, I was definitely like, okay, it was inspiring for real, bro.
Yeah, and for me, man, it's especially special because, like I said, I take ownership of some of the stuff that I was going through when I was younger. And I created some wedge between me and my parents. So, when I got older, I wasn't necessarily going to the crib and in the bed. Jay jumped in the bed, and then Jada came in, and I, like I said, the old me, I'd have been like, for real, yo, get up out my bed, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, the old me would have been on that. But the new me is like, yo, you need to refresh. Like, where you gonna refresh at? If you can't refresh at, you can't push the refresh button at the crib, where can you push it at? You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, bro, we was up late. We hitting the movies. Didi ordered I think it's called Cagino's Pizza one night. You know what I'm saying? I ain't necessarily a pizza dude like that. But
y'all ain't do the serve? You gotta do serve pizza now.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Apparently, like, Jalen and Jada grew up, in the ledge. So that's the ledge. When they was going to high school, that was like the ledge pizza. You know what I'm saying? So it's nostalgic for them.
We eat syrup.
You know what I'm saying? So
we eat syrup in the trap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the Lancet boy. So, man, we just had a blast, though, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, Jada was at home, and this is why I know I've grown. Jada got up one morning at 10 and was like, Dad, I got a 10:20. I don't have time to drive to my apartment, drop my car off, and then make it to, can you drop me off? And I was like, no questions asked, and a little bit of it is, my cousin passed. She was the same age as them in Atlanta, not too long ago. And, I'm slowing my roll now and saying, what a privilege it is to be able to drive your daughter. And parents, listen to me. I'm not, it's about balance. We want to make sure that we hold them accountable when we need to hold them accountable. But she's like, I got a test. I want to get there on time, whatever. So I drove her. And strangely, oddly enough, she was like, okay, Dad, what you want me to do? And I was like, I'll wait here till your class is over. Take your test, relax, And this is how good of a week it was. My wife hit me like, where you at? I'm like, I'm in a parking structure at the student services waiting on Jada to finish her test. She's like, oh, well, meet Jalen. He took her car to her apartment for her. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is some partial.
The Brady Bunch.
Yeah,
the Brady Bunch.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the Brady Bunch, boy. And Boog had just really stepped up, man. And Didi and I were having worship yesterday, and we were just talking about, like, it was no incident. Like, wasn't nobody, she was just like, everybody was mature. Everybody was, like, looking after each other. It wasn't like a selfish thing or whatever. And the movies, I think, started, we went to go see, and we got to talk about this at some point, Night School. We got to talk about Night School. It is E.T. in the flesh all over again. Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish, they did their thing. I'm not hey, parents, y'all know I'm on the Disney boy, so it's some adult content, but the storyline is phenomenal. But I'm gonna show y'all how deep it was. Didi and I took a nap. We did church, went out to eat with a couple folks, fellowship, counseled, went and took a nap, bro. We didn't get up till 7:10, 7:15. The movie started at 7:40. Everybody was up, got to the movie on time, went grocery shopping afterwards. Y'all know I don't go to bed late on no regular basis, bro. And we went to the grocery store for about an hour afterwards. Came home. Jada was like, Dad, can you make me a turkey burger? I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I want your turkey burger. I was in heaven, bro. I was just in heaven, like, this can't be. Like, this is just, everything was rolling. And then to put the cherry on the top, Bonquisha was in town.
Oh,
and
no
Bonquisha, of course, she said her mom is having some health challenges, mental health challenges. And, of course, her kids are young. She got a daughter Jalen's age. So Nina got a little one. And then her son's in high school. And she was just like, Eric, it was a lot. She's like, I'm a single parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm rocking by myself. I got my own business. My business is thriving. I got properties here and there. I went to go check on my property. So she just drove up when she left Ohio and was just like, I just need to get away. So she came to church Saturday. We stayed up, man. She was, doing everybody's hair. We praying together, laughing, doing our thing. So it was truly a phenomenal week. And I just want to encourage all y'all out there. Again, I said it, chase that bag, but don't forget why you chasing the bag. And if all you going to do is work and you never have time for your kids, you never have time, you in college or you're a young professional, you never have time to go home, you can't call your siblings, like whatever. Like, I'm just being real. I'm not trying to, get on your last nerve, but you too big time. Like, for real. If you that deep that you don't have time for your family, you need to slow your roll and you need to remember what this whole thing was about, why you start grinding in the first place. And that's why I said, you didn't hear me talk about a gig. You didn't hear me talk about how much money I made. You didn't hear none of that. You heard me say, my wife.
Know what, though, E? What is the balance? Because you set the tone in the household. So I'm going to be real. Because all it would have took is for you to be on Jalen head, like, I can't believe you sleeping there. And it would have changed the whole tenor of
the whole week.
The hookup. And you said this much. You acknowledged that. So what is the balance for those of us who like, you want to hold each other accountable? Like, I remember, I think I told this on the podcast one time before, but me and E, it was early on. I want to say it might have been, I don't even want to say it in case my man listens to the podcast, but E, you know what I'm about to say. My man came in and was like, yeah, bro, I'm listening to your messages every day, bro, and I'm going in, like I'm listening, right? And I'm taking it to heart, and I got my wife trying to listen, and she ain't listening. He was like, and I went in and checked her, like, why you ain't getting up at 3? You don't want to be successful. He was like, just like you taught me, E. I was like,
whoa. I felt a little coldish there. I was like, whoa, that's not what I thought you. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, Carl, my mouth just dropped. I didn't even know what to say. My man was like, yeah, I told her she lazy. She need to get her butt up at 3. She ain't feeling it. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have to leave you. Ain't that right, E? And gave E the high five. And you know how you don't know whether to like co-sign it or tell my man he's wrong. He was like,
about that, bro.
He was like, okay, hold on, slow down a little bit.
Yeah, you know what, man? And I think for real, I tell people this all the time. You can be as hard on yourself as you want to be. You know, you had a right to push yourself to whatever limits you want to push yourself. You know, you really do. But when it comes to others, I think we got to go in coaching mode, see? And by coaching mode, I think we have to help. Like we have to assist people from the sideline. You know, you ain't in the game, bro. Like you ain't playing the game. You coaching the game.
But so I'm saying it was a time when you used to be in the game with Jalen.
Yeah, but you know what I realized,
was right there.
though?
It wasn't no coaching. It was like...
Yeah. No. What I realized, and again, I got to be cautious because folks are listening, but I have, I work in it.
Yes, hopefully they're listening.
Yeah. I'm just saying, people take stuff personal. And you don't mean to be personal, but I'm just going to say this. I have had the opportunity to work in NCAA basketball, D1, D2, and the NBA. And I've had a chance to watch coaches. And I'm just going to say this. While all styles are, beneficial, advantageous, you can look at, different coaches who've been successful and see different styles, but more consistently see at the highest level. And I had to admit it, like you're doing good with your son, but you're not doing great. You know what I'm saying? Like you're doing good, but you're not doing great with Jalen because there's tension. I started seeing that his confidence was a little off. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whoa, E, you messing up now. Because now my man, he playing scared. And scared money don't win. Like, you know that, E. So you have good intentions, but some of the some of his behavior is not conducive to being a boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't be a boss. He can't be beast mode with that. And that's because you like, it's some coaches, see, they in, like, every time you see, like, they own the court, see, they pretty much can get fouled out. They so in the game. But when I've watched the greats like Phil Jackson, we're just gonna go there. I ain't gonna compare nobody else. But the Phil Jackson, see, you will see them, the Lakers, bruh, the Lakers more than 30, the Bulls. Bruh. I'm talking about down by 20, 30 points.
And he's sitting there like he's watching TV.
Cool. I'm talking about cool as a cucumber, bruh. My man sitting there, he ain't called no timeouts. He ain't jumped up. He ain't. And what I learned from reading his books and watching my man is that he's so comfortable in his coaching, see, and he's so comfortable in his players that he feels like, I'll teach you and it's going to eventually come. And I think what I was doing wrong with Boog earlier was, and I had to really pray about it and admit it to myself, is, bruh, maybe you ain't real comfortable in your player here. Maybe you ain't real comfortable in your coaching. Because if you was real comfortable with it, you'd let him go through all of the trials and tribulations he got to go through, down by 10, down by 20, down by 30, and believe he could come back and still win. And so I had to really check my coaching and say, do you really believe in what you're teaching, E? Because if you really believe in what you're teaching, then you know in the right time it's going to come. And do you really believe in your son? Do you really believe he is who you think he is? And if you do, then you can pull back, bruh. And if you pull back, and that's what I saw when he came home, I saw that, he's taking his game to a whole other level. And a part of it is he's getting to play the game without me getting in this doggone way. And for some of you parents, you have not found that balance, like you too much involved. And now you like a helicopter parent. And so they don't have confidence in themselves. Why? Because you're not letting them go through the 20 points and come back and win. There's a confidence you have when you down by 10 and you come back, you down by 20 and not in your coach. And then the other thing I noticed, see, just observing other coaches, I started watching, like, it's a balance, bro. If you screaming and hollering at somebody too much, bro, I promise you, now they are afraid to play their game. It's like they always second guessing themselves. And that's not, bruh, you can't speak like me and second guess yourself. Like you can't be up there worrying about, like sometimes people might be like, yo, E, bro, that was kind of, bro, that's what make me. That's why I'm ET, because I do go to the doggone edge. I do take you to the edge. My gift is not, playing with it. And so nobody's checking me when I'm speaking, or nobody has this governor on me when I'm speaking. So I was like, with Boog, let Boog do his thing. And my daughter, am I nervous? She's a female in this sick world. Yeah, I'm nervous, but I have to trust, that I've equipped her with the tools she needs to be able to go out there and handle her business. And is something going to happen? Yeah, I'm sure that she is going to face trials and challenges, but I have to believe that I have equipped her that even in defeat, she can get up. Even when she get knocked down, she can get back up. So yeah, I had to check myself, and I had to realize that some of my methods weren't gonna get us a chip. See, they might take us to the playoffs, but they weren't gonna get us a championship.
Yeah, no, it's funny because I've seen the pullback. And remember I asked you, because me and Boog was talking, he was like, oh man, Uncle C, I need help, bro. Like, I need help managing my money. I'm like, okay. And so I'm like, okay, what's the problem?
Yeah.
He like, yo, I'm getting paid. And you know what I'm saying? On Friday, I'm broke by Monday. I'm like, okay, that's definitely a problem. So he like, help me. I'm like, all right, cool. So we did a whole little breakdown of like how to spend and, how to make decisions or whatever. And I was dying laughing because I'm like, he did the right thing, but he might have had some issues with the truck or something like that. And he might have been like a couple $100 short. Now I'm knowing, obviously, he got a couple $100 that he could easily float him, or I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like I could look out or whatever. But I called E because I was like, okay, let me not give him the money because there's a reason E's not giving him the money. Remember, E, I called you and was like,
Yeah.
How do you not take care of your kids' problems when you can easily take care of them?
Do it. Yeah.
It's like I got 500 loaves of bread in the cabinet, and my son hungry, and he's sitting there with like a little half a piece of crumb, and you like, nope, go figure it out. And I'm like, yo, I'm trying to figure it out just because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to develop that muscle. You know what I mean? Like, because I plan on having enough to be able to look out. Absolutely. But when being a blessing ain't a blessing, you got to recognize that as well. And so that was a conversation that E and I had, and I called him and was like, yo, hold up. My man need a couple $100. What's the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you not looking out for him? And E basically broke down that exact same thing. So, no, it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to put it into practice, I guess.
Hey, here go my thing. Hey, if you don't have money to fix your car and you don't have money, I got you. But if you have money to go to the movies, but you ain't got money to fix your car, I can't look out for you, bro. Yeah. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't look. If you got money for the movies, popcorn, and a large Coca-Cola, then I can't, that's enabling you at that point,
Well,
and
you didn't know movies was a need?
I didn't.
You ain't look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Right.
Movies is at the top, bro.
Yeah, this ain't 19. This ain't Eddie's no more. Yeah, that's absolutely a need.
Yeah, right.
That's why I said I'm old school. Hey, but fair and foul, man. I wanted to ask y'all fair and foul. So Boog hooked me up for my birthday, right? But for my birthday, my man renewed my tile. So for those of you who don't know what tile is, it's like a GPS, contraption that you put on your keys, your phone, your wallet, just on yourself. I put one on my head so I can find my head. So he brought me that for my birthday. Then he bought me these rechargeable, energized batteries for the podcast. He was like, Dad, I can't keep looking for batteries for you, so why don't we just get you the system and you can recharge it, and that way your podcast, you always have batteries now for your equipment. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I'm thinking that's foul. You should have just bought me that on the reg. Like, why did you wait for my birthday to buy me that kind of stuff?
No, I'm going to tell you why it's foul. Because if you think the hip-hop preacher getting ready to stick them batteries on the charger for longer than maybe 1 or 2 times,
right, 1 or 2
charge the batteries up.
That's
as
work,
much
bro.
as he on the road, everywhere.
That's real talk.
Now, we talking about, we could barely get E to remember his mic. If you think he about to remember batteries and the charger, that's why it's foul. Because
you need to time for that too, Yeah,
I
you
should be
need the
getting
tile
2
to put
checks.
on that joint too, yeah.
Yeah, I got to do that. Yeah, that's what you need. Now the tile is sweet.
Yeah, because now
you
you're
don't
making
have
me
to do
work.
nothing with that.
Yeah, no, I say foul, book. You know your dad ain't getting ready to keep up with no. Like that's just one more thing.
So I
to
did
remember.
do it once.
You know what I'm saying?
I did do it once, see, just so I could say I did it
no
because he
doubt.
asked me.
Then
Dad,
it's
where the
earned his
Energizer
monies.
batteries?
It's got his money. I never liked them rechargeable batteries. I feel like they
I
don't
don't
really
like
work
them at
like
all.
that. Like
Yeah,
they
I feel
bounce
like
back
you
to like
recharge it
30%.
twice.
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
twice, and then it's over. So I just spend thousands on energy. I hope y'all know that, man. When we say buy some Organifi, just help with our battery budget. Do you know how many batteries this thing go through? By the time this podcast is over, I got to buy 6 AA batteries as soon as the podcast is over. Every single
just think
week.
about it, see? You know what I'm saying? That's 6 for you.
A 2-pack of AA's is like $47. I don't know what they putting in batteries, but they high.
Hey, the reality is, if you think about the whole podcast, bro, it's 4, 2, and 2. No, it's 8. It's 8 batteries. Does your recorder take 2 or 4?
My recorder takes 2.
Oh, so me and Ease take 4. So it's 8, 8, and 6, whatever that is. Every podcast.
We spending about $1,000 a podcast for y'all and giving it to y'all free. And we just need y'all to help us get our battery budget back. So check out Organifi.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Organifi, man. ORGANIFI. Listen, man, y'all know we've been on it for a grip. I fell off it, and look what happened to me. Don't be me, all right? I'm going to end up with the flu, feeling like crap for a couple days because you're not taking care of yourself. But honestly, man, Organifi has been a great partner of the podcast and continues to support us every single episode. Don't y'all want to support somebody who supports us every single episode? So go to Organifi.com, man, and check out the long list of products they got. I know Maul hit me the other day, said he doing the protein daily. He's on that. You know, of course, Tommy on the gold and the red, man. Appreciate them boys for rocking with us and appreciate all of you guys who have tried it thus far and loved it, man. We get reviews from you guys all the time. That's what we need to do, Carl. I need to actually do some preparation and get some of those reviews and come on and read them on the podcast. But people are experiencing some great benefits from Organifi. Of course, our resident guru, Sean Stevenson, is the one who put us on it. And again, we like to rock with great products that, you know, we actually believe in, that we actually use, right? We don't want to bring in any foolishness that we don't actually use. So every time we do a product, whether it's HelloFresh, Organifi, PayPal, those are things that we really stand behind and we rock with. Trust me, guys, we get, Carl, 20 a week from people, you know, with products that are crazy, and we tell them thanks, but no thanks.
We good on that,
Yeah, I don't care what y'all got. You know, it doesn't match our brand. It's not something we're in alignment with. Might be, you know, whatever it is. So only trying to bring you guys things that we really rock with, and Organifi is a staple in our everyday lives. So go to Organifi.com. That's ORGANIFI.com. Promo code SUCCESS. All right, you already know, SUCCESS. Use that promo code, man, so we can make sure we get the credit for it. And as always, man, we appreciate y'all for rocking with it like that.
All right, before we jump into that real quick, let's get our other sponsor for the day in here, PayPal. Here's a quick case study about Waleed, guys, a PayPal customer that actually used PayPal to help grow his business. So Waleed grew up in the desert of Saudi Arabia. After immigrating to the United States, Waleed wanted to share the health benefits of one of his favorite beverages from at home, camel milk, with the rest of the world. From the beginning, he counted on PayPal to help grow his business. While happy camels were what made his product so flavorful and nutritious, PayPal helped him to increase conversion rates and turn his shoppers into buyers. Today, Desert Farms has over 80,000 subscribers around the world, and his customer base continues to grow every single day. When it comes to growing your business, PayPal is your payments partner for today and tomorrow. Visit paypal.com/growth to set up a free business account today.
Now, I don't even know. I didn't want to go here, but I had to. Did anybody see the Lakers and LeBron? And
it's so late.
I'm not with it. I don't like it. It's not. It just. I turned it on the other day. Of course, they had their first preseason game. LeBron was out there in the purple and gold. It just didn't feel right to me. I'm gonna be right. Now listen, y'all know where LeBron goes, I go. But man, I'm having a tough time with this Laker transition. Carl, I know you probably in heaven.
Oh, I'm loving it. Well, I'm loving LeBron. I can't. The team ain't look like Jack yet to me. They'll take a minute, but yeah, no, I'm loving it. It do look. I'll be real. See, it do look weird, purple and gold on LeBron. I just say it look weird and it feel a little weird. But I'm gonna have a slighter problem. I mean, less of a problem than you will with it.
Okay. Well, E, did you see any? You probably ain't seen none of it, but.
No, I didn't see any of it. See, I didn't. I saw one highlight where he dunked, and yeah, it's what you said, man. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I want the Lakers to be successful. You know, I'm one of those dudes that grew up Laker Nation and Boston Celtics. You know, going back and forth. So I'm just used to the Lakers being dominant. I loved Kobe and Shaq together. You know what I'm saying? So I love Laker Nation. Like, you know, it ain't basketball without certain teams doing their thing, but it definitely, it definitely didn't, it just didn't look right. But I tell you this, I do believe, bruh, let me tell you something. I think people sleeping on Rondo. I really believe people sleeping on Rondo.
Oh, Rondo a winner, bro.
Yeah, his IQ. Yeah, I think they sleeping on his IQ. And I know they talk about the big three, but I think Rondo played a critical role too, just in terms of when they were, you know, doing well. And so, yeah, man, I think Rondo is going to make a big difference. And, you know, if things work out, y'all, we'll take a game. We'll go check a game out on the West Coast. Y'all remember I used to do the Lakers every Christmas for years. I used to go to the game, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, much respect, man.
When you say you mean
I was going to ask, yeah.
Because I never,
you know, Didi.
I never hit that game.
Yeah, no, it was just a tradition. See, like, you know.
The family tradition.
Uncle
The family
John,
tradition.
Yeah, Quentin went to Uncle John's. Y'all hit the Staples Center to watch Kobe on the floor. You know what I'm saying? We was at the cider mill eating donuts.
Yeah,
wow.
Hey, but if you guys are listening to see, right. If you're listening to see and you ever go, make sure you get the donuts hot. Don't let them play with you and get them cold donuts.
Let me ask you which ones you like the best though, because they got the powdered joints, they got the little cinnamon sugar ones. They got the plain. But let me tell you something.
The plain.
If you out there and you dip them fresh donuts in that cider, it will change your life.
Yeah, for real.
Because the donuts got a little crisp on them.
Get them hot, though. Get the donuts hot. Get them hot.
No doubt. You got it. And hit them right there next to the piano that's playing itself. So, all right. Should we get the podcast started? Y'all doing all this talking.
The podcast didn't start yet?
No, Carl got to go. Carl got to transition, so I think he's going to try to keep the phone on and drive and multitask. I had the flu, y'all, so this is like, y'all hearing this like an hour before we put it out. So I have some audio here, and again, I was down for a couple of days, so I couldn't do nothing but watch Netflix and listen to E's audio and try to finish some stuff up. But anyway, I caught a piece of this audio, and at the same time, I got, some text messages. Now, I don't want to share the text message, but I'll send it to y'all while we play this audio. But it's well, let me just play it, and then we'll come back and talk about it. But it's a few minutes, so just sit back, enjoy it. It was one of those tracks that E did, or one of those audios, like, to the point now, like, everybody always asks me, like, how do you cut audio? Like, I still love hearing E speak live. I can cut it just getting it, because that's how I started out. But anytime I'm in the room and E's speaking, I can feel what tracks are which while he's actually talking. And this one right here, I was like, man, like, we kind of touched on it before, but never in this particular way. So I'm going to play it, and then we'll come back and discuss. So just sit back. I think it's a couple minutes long.
Listen to me. Number one, on your way to all the stuff that you see in your heart and your mind that you want to do, number one is I need you to start doing the necessary. Let's start with the necessary. For real, write that down. And the necessary just means it's some stuff you probably not going to want to do, but if you're going to do what you want to do, you got to do it. So in order to make good money, I was a bus boy, right? That's it, bus boy. I brought your soup, I brought your salad, I brought your breadsticks, but I had to play the hours game. So I also had I had a boss. I love my man. He was from the military. He was young. He had left the military, came to be a manager there. And my man, he believed in that stuff, y'all, like clean bathrooms and stuff. So I used to work extra shifts to come in and take a toothbrush and actually clean the bathroom tub, God. I'm cleaning the toilets, y'all. Like E.T. the hip-hop preacher. #1 motivational speaker in the world. I got like a toothbrush and I'm cleaning. Why? Because I know my man from the military and I got a wife and a son and nobody can't take my spot. Can't nobody outdo what I do, because if they outdo what I do, that means they're going to take my hours, and if they take my hours, then we're not going to eat. And so I had to do the necessary. I had to clean the toilets, and people actually used the toilets. They actually did the number 1 and number 2, and everybody wasn't clean, so it was stuff everywhere, and I would just put on gloves, and I would go in and go to work. I had to do the necessary. I had to be a busboy. I had to clean up behind people. Why? Because I needed that cash so I could go buy like a sweet potato and a head of cabbage, because we wasn't paid like that. We ain't have money like that. Yeah, we got married at 19, but we ain't had no savings account. I had to do the necessary. I had to mop pee off the floor. I had to do the necessary, millennials. I had to. I wasn't speaking my whole life. I wasn't always getting checks doing this. I was cleaning toilets and cleaning sinks. I had to do the necessary. And for some of you, you're never going to blow up, or it's going to take you forever to get there because you want to go straight to the impossible. You want to go straight to the Ritz-Carlton. And I did the necessary, because if you can get past the necessary, then it means once you get, look, when you get past what? This, people like, you traveling all over the world. You on a plane, you doing this. I'm like, you think this is something? Come follow me when I was cleaning stuff out toilets. This ain't nothing. Come follow me when I gotta work with people like 6. I had 6 servers who all had an attitude, who wanted me to do a whole bunch of work but didn't want to tip me. Come in that world. Come in a world where lazy, arrogant Americans coming to eat every day and they want their stuff exactly a certain way when I don't cook. My man back there cooking. But you dogging me like I'm cooking. Go talk to the cook. I ain't make that. Don't get mad at me because it's lukewarm. And so this is all I'm asking you to do. I want the impossible for you. I just want you to, when you get to the impossible, I just don't want nothing to mess you up when you get there.
All right, cool. So obviously, you know, the necessary before the impossible, right? And that just hit me, man, because I was like, wow, like, it's so crazy. Like, even when you talk to grown people, like, you hear, like, they want so much, and I'll kind of let you expound on the message. I mean, it was very clear, but like, yo, people want so much out of life. And I'm not mad. Like, yo, people like, yo, I want to live in that neighborhood. I want to drive that car. I want to, you know, have this particular lifestyle. I want to take this vacation. I want to do this, and this. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you talk about nobody, you know, not nobody, hardly anybody is willing to do what's necessary to get there. And so how do we develop that mentality for those of us out there who are like, yo, I'm trying to get to that next level. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. What's the balance between focusing on that big goal and that dream, or like, I'm gonna do this, and starting where you are, I guess. And I think that's where a lot of people, you know, get caught up, because for real, what you talked about wasn't glamorous, but I don't know that you would be where you are today without cleaning the toilets at the Olive Garden. Like, it was all a part of that process, and it was necessary. So talk about that necessary versus impossible real quick.
Yeah, bro. Like, and let me just be honest and say that we all fall victim to it. You know what I'm saying? We all fall victim to it. I remember last year, you know, just having this desire, you know, to, you know, be able to speak to people, you know, in multiple languages. So I started with Spanish, and it was so funny that after, you know, we finished the 100-day challenge, you know, and I started getting into the course of maybe 3 or 4 months or whatever, you know, I would listen to stuff, and it would be so challenging. I'm like, yo, why can't I get it? And I realized, like, yo, I had never even done the alphabet, see? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, wow, how arrogant are you? How cocky are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, but at 40-something years old, I didn't necessarily want to go watch Sesame Street, you know, and be on the ha, 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 hey, 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 he, ho, 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 hoo. Like, I'm like, but I had to go back and learn the vowels, bruh. Because at the end of the day, I couldn't hear stuff because I was listening to it in English. So I was using the American or the English vowels. And you know what I'm saying? That's how I've been trained. And so I didn't want to go back to the base. I'm just going straight to words and straight trying to say stuff. And I had to go back to Sesame Street. Grown. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, why in the world would I have to do this? But I had to go back to the alphabets to be able to say, like, lo más importante el mundo es la familia y el amor. Like, I had to go back to the alphabets before I could ever start saying words. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not dogging y'all out. I get it. I'm the same way. I just wanted to hurry up and learn the language so I could hurry up and save people's lives. Like I'm working with kids whose parents, don't speak English, and I want to be able to help the parents, help the students, and then I want to be able to speak. You know what I'm saying? When I go to these different schools, and it's just like, but I skipped steps, bro. I went straight to the app and straight to sentences without learning or whatever. So I get it, but it's building blocks, bro. And if you don't get the building blocks, if you don't learn 1 through 10, I'm like, everybody got to start 1 through 10. Everybody got to start 1 through 10. Everybody got to go 1 to 20. And then once you learn how to add and subtract, then you can multiply and divide, and then you can start doing exponents. Then you can start, whatever. So I do understand, see, why people don't, I didn't want to clean toilets. I didn't want to do that. But now I look back and bruh, that just, man, the way I'm able to connect with people, the way I have control of my presentation, the way I'm able to observe and do certain things, it all came from the Olive Garden. So that the Olive Garden was, a microcosm of this macro work that we're doing, changing the world. So like you said, it's self-explanatory, but I just think it's humiliating sometimes, or it's frustrating, because if you tell me I gotta learn the alphabet, the way I see it, I'm wasting time, bruh. Let's just get straight to let's just get straight to learning the second language. Like, let's just dig in. But if I go back and do the basics and I understand the difference between a te, tu, ti, you know what I'm saying? If I understand the difference between la, lo, la, los, if I understand the difference between, understand the verbs, then it's like, you're not going to waste time when you get to this level, because now you can build off of that. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. It's frustrating. It seems like it's going to take longer. It's humiliating. It's, rudimentary. Like, come on, I'm bigger than that. But for real, bro, let's get the foundation tight. And then once we get the foundation tight, we can build on that.
Hey, forgive my noise. I'm driving, but you said, so the key thing you said for me just now was building blocks. And I tell y'all what, the world messed up when the introduction, I'm gonna take y'all back. When the world got introduced to the game of Tetris, that's when the world got messed up. Because Tetris, the goal is just to clear off one line. You got these things falling and you clear off one line and you think you got it. You know what I'm saying? But you're not realizing that, and I'm telling you, like, I'm watching this with Jordan now, like, we go outside to do anything, and the first time he doing it, he like, I got it, I don't need no help. I was like, bro, you just bounced the ball twice. You are not a basketball player. You caught 1 out of 10. You can't play baseball. You know what I'm saying? But like from young, we come into it with as little effort as possible. And again, you put that one piece in the right place, you could have jacked up the whole doggone game. But you got one piece in the right place, so you get that reward of clearing that line, so you feel like you did something when the whole board jacked up. You know what I'm saying? So that building block thing is huge. Like, I'm sure a master chess player, dude, like, you almost ain't really getting past halfway going up, if you see what I'm saying. Like, it's always at the bottom. It's always building and putting the right thing in the right place and not getting that thing too high. Because you get too high, I don't care how many lines you fill at the bottom. It's one shape that's going to come that you're not ready for, and your game is over. You know what I'm saying? So them building blocks is huge, man.
Yeah, what is that, C, though?
Let's talk about it, E, because you know me, I always like to be practical from a standpoint of everybody who listens to this podcast knows that we literally went from 0, and I mean 0, to building a multi-million-dollar company. Let's talk about what those building blocks look like, and Carl, you as well, what those building blocks look like for us early on as we were able to get to whatever point we're at now using that exact same philosophy of doing the necessary. Like, give some practical examples.
Well, let me start with this, guys. Like. Yeah, let me start with this, since, I was the oldest,
Still are.
One of the things I wanted to teach
that ain't
you guys.
Changed, yeah.
Yeah, right. Sure. One of the things I wanted to teach you guys that I saw a lot of people do wrong before working with you guys was this whole notion of let's just stop focusing on, the goal. So for me, I realized that the one thing I had to make sure you guys didn't do that maybe some of the other groups that I work with did prematurely was focusing on the end. And you hear, begin with the end in mind. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. I do. I do believe, all right, one day we going to make six figures, and one day we going to change the world, and one day we going to, I believe that with all my heart. But to me, that is something that you put in your mind, so every day when you wake up, you can put this number on the board, and that thing can wake you up and say, okay, we're not there yet, guys. We're not making six figures. We don't have a multi-million-dollar company. We're not in schools. We're not dominating on the internet. We don't have mixtape, whatever. Okay, that's cool. Put that up. But at the end of the day, the only person that is going to win is the person that takes one step, then takes the next step. So if you're going to run a marathon, you can't run 26.5 or whatever it is. You can't run that in one leap. That is a 1 foot in front of the other. So it's we wake up in the morning. What are we supposed to be doing today? So whatever that is, we're not going to focus on the end goal. We're going to have that because we need that carrot. We humans. We need something to wake up to. We need something to energize us. We all need something that collectively we can do together and measure to see if we're growing, if we're getting close. But the goal every day is to wake up and do something, to get something done. So I know this word is overused, but the process, we have to fall in love with grinding, getting up every day and sweating, getting up every day and saying we've actually done something, that there's something tangible that we got done. So if that's meeting, if that's going to a school, whatever that is, we got to make sure that we wake up every day and do a little something every single day. And then one day we're going to wake up. So for me, see, it's falling in love with getting up, and whatever that process is, whatever that thing you've committed to, that's what I fall in love with. I don't fall in love with the $1,000 check or the $15,000 check or the applause or you the best speaker in the world. I don't fall in love with that. I fall in love with, and I'm still doing it today, getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, getting in that basement, getting on that treadmill, having worship, whatever it is that I do, that's more important to me than what's going to come from it. And I say this in the end, that if you do a little bit every day, you can guarantee at the end of 365 days that is going to, I'm not sure what the results are going to be, but you're going to get results if you grind every single day for 365 days. But I don't know if you're going to get results worrying about the check or worrying about if you're going to be number one or worrying about if your videos are going to blow up.
Yeah, it's so funny, man, because I'm the one thing that I wish we would have done more of is the behind the scenes, way back in the day. I really wish we had footage from back when we were bumming Office Space and we were really trying to be big time. We would get some Chinese food and have a whiteboard and just I don't even know what we were doing. I can't even tell you what those meetings were about. He would be yo, we got a meeting. I'm dog, it's the three of us. We here together all day anyway. He'd be yeah, we got a meeting at 2 o'clock. He should be what? Bro, we've been in the same space for 4 straight hours now. But you always did a good job of making sure that we were intentional about, like you said, doing something. And even though it wasn't sexy, nobody knew what we were doing. We would have a whole plan for going into an elementary school where we were getting no checks, 0 checks. And so I think for us, okay, so how do I say this? The necessary back then, because there was no social media or pressure to look like you were doing it big, the necessary never seemed like the necessary. It just seemed like what was going on at the time. And we were always faithful over few. And so how do you get to that point, like you said, for somebody who in their 20s, maybe graduated, and I just sent y'all that text message so you could see.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's yo, you these kids, not even kids, everybody, nobody wants to do what they have to do. Everybody wants to do what they want to do. How do you develop that mentality that's yo, I'm willing to go through not getting paid like that, people thinking I'm a bum, you know what I'm saying? People thinking I'm chilling, not knowing what's going on. How do you develop that callous in order to really not care. Because like I said, I'm really thinking on like when we got started with this thing, like sending out emails. Like we would send out 30 emails a day and get 0 responses. 0. Like literally not one. We put those booklets together. We put these booklets I thought were gonna change.
Sweetest thing I've ever done in my life to this day.
Oh,
I still think
bro.
so.
I still look at mine from time to time.
No,
That's
I'm
how
saying
sweet
it
I
was
think
the
it is.
sweetest
Yeah.
booklet.
Yeah,
And man, put that
ever.
up on the Instagram page, Nikki, if you can. I don't know if we put it up before, and I know we talked about it before, but we had this booklet, y'all, that we thought was going to change our life. We spent so much time and energy on it. We did not generate one red cent off that booklet, but again, man, we were so happy because we did what we said we were gonna do, and at the time, that was necessary, and we did it, and we got it done. So believe it or not, even though we didn't generate any money off of it, it was still a win. And I think people now, they only judge their wins by, did I get paid or not? You know, and it's like short-sighted. It's like you're literally looking right at it, but you can't see it because it's not a check attached to it. And so that process that you're talking about is so critical, but I also think most people got too much pride. Most people are not willing to go back to, hooked on phonics and say, all right, cool, let me learn this way. It's like, it's gotta be a shortcut.
Yeah.
Even now when people call me like, yo, I help speakers, that's what I do. That's one of my gifts. I honestly think in terms of, people always ask me like, yo, what's your gift? Like, yo, I've been able to help a lot of speakers in particular, and entrepreneurs get to that next level through one-on-one coaching, through game changers, whatever the situation is. Like, that's my gift. I can show you how to do that. I know how to do that. And so when I look at it though, the people who, I can tell who's gonna be successful as a client as soon as they enroll in game changers or whatever, because I can tell by the level of expectation. You get some people that come in, they're like, all right, cool, I'm already sweet, I'm already doing my thing, just show me how to get the money. I'm like, wow. Like the mentality that you have is already letting me know that you're not gonna be willing to do the necessary. Because I'm about to tell you your whole speech is trash. And you have to start and rebuild it over like this if you wanna get paid for it. Now, if you're just trying to go into the Boys and Girls Club and wax deep, cool, you can do that. You don't even need me. But if you wanna become a professional speaker, here's what you're gonna have to do. And I can tell it within the first 30 seconds of our conversation whether they're gonna have the humility to be able to pull it off or not. And so I think for us, I can't even call it humility. We ain't had nothing. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know if it's, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's humility when you don't have anything or if it's you just don't have anything. But like nowadays, like I said, you have this pressure to be bigger and greater than you are. Nobody was looking for us to be driving no Benz back then. Like, nobody on that. Like, I know Carl had the little Honda. You know what I'm saying? I might have had the little, what did I have? A Bonneville? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I had a Honda actually. I had a Honda for a minute there.
Hey, I'm driving the Honda right now. Don't trip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We know what else you're driving, though. Don't play with us, Carl. Don't try to.
Hey, just like the one-bedroom house.
CJ do it, he could do it.
Right, no
CJ
doubt. Just like the one-bedroom house that got a pool.
Now,
that's right.
I will be the only member of this podcast in poverty, okay? Don't try to steal my one thing. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got. But you see what I'm saying? Either that humility you talking about and that willingness to do the necessary, like, and we're not even talking about Olive Garden, like, for real. But, like, even, like, the text from the young man I just sent y'all. Like, yo, you not willing to do that for a couple years to build up your nest egg and save a couple dollars in order to flip that into what you really want to do. You're just not willing to do it because you don't want to do it. So it's like, man, I'm looking at him like, yo, if we would have just did what we wanted to do, I just wanted to travel and make millions. I never wanted to go, and do 100 programs for free and go to New Jersey school system and get eggs thrown at us from stage from people like, who is these clowns? You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do that, but it was necessary to get here. And I think, like, man, for real, so many people miss that point. And that's why I'm harping on it so heavy, is like people don't understand that concept and they're going to be stuck forever in either mediocre or under mediocre.
Well, you're going to be you're going to be at the Olive Garden soon. You're going to be at the Olive Garden as an adult.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not as a young person. And when you talked earlier about, giving my kids, what I tell Jalen all the time is, look, Jalen, I can give you a lot of money. Right? I can give you a lot of money. But here's what happens when you don't go through the process. First, you don't have the same level of respect for money when you don't go through the process because you've not earned it. right? So in actuality, what you do is you diminish the value of things when you don't go through it. So now the things that you have that could be a blessing to you, they are a curse to you because you've not gone through anything. So you don't understand, like, yo, you know how many hours it took me to get this? That's why I don't wear a bunch of watches I'm not in the NFL or the NBA, or I'm not, an entertainer, meaning that I don't necessarily, like, you have some basketball players who are good enough, they might waste all their money on their first check. Their second check gonna be bigger than the first check. We don't necessarily in our profession have the second check. So we
also didn't go from 0 to 100 million overnight.
You feel me?
It's a different appreciation for it.
You feel me? That's what I'm saying. It's just a different appreciation. So what I teach my son is, this is why I'm not gonna give you anything. This is why you gotta earn it, right? So you can appreciate it. Number two, what I told my son is that nobody follows me because I speak. People don't follow people because they speak. And we don't like to deal with this, CJ, as humans. Yes, we're all are created equal, but people have a different level of credibility, right? And the credibility comes from what you've gone through, whatever that means. Like, it don't mean that you was homeless, but whatever you've gone through, you could be a great student and you went through, like, the process of becoming a lawyer or becoming a doctor, whatever that is. But when you go through something and you're able to get on the other side of it, people have a different level of respect for you because you were able to do what the average person isn't able to do. That's why when somebody say, I'm a lawyer, I'm like, shoot, I know people who failed the test once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. John F. Kennedy's son, I think, failed the test 4 or 5 times before he passed it. So that's not something easy to do. You went through residency, whatever. It doesn't make you a better person, but people are like, whoa, you went through what? Y'all started from the what and y'all what? So I told my son, as a man, it's not enough to get a check. As a man, you also want, as it relates to your craft, you want people to respect you. And when you're talking to people, you don't have to say what you've gone through, but people can tell. So when I have players reaching out to me and coaches reaching out to me, they don't reach out to me because they saw some video online. But when they go through the entire story, they're like, yo, this dude been through something. So he can help me. Like, I got a coach, they had a different idea of what this season was going to look like. And it's not necessarily panning out the way, they're doing okay, but they're not, they're not where they thought they would be at this point in the season. Well, bro, I'm bringing out Winston Churchill, and we breaking Winston Churchill down and talking about that success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. So when I'm giving him this message, see, he's saying to myself, and I got a homeboy who think he the best speaker in the whole wide world, right? And it's nothing against him. But I said to him, what gives you the right to go before somebody and speak? What have you gone through? So you telling me that I can get up from anything? Have you gotten up from anything? You telling me that you can get through hell and get to what hell have you gone through? So I told my son, like, just as a man, there's a certain level of credibility that you have to have with other people that only comes from going through the experience yourself. Not saying, and we all know people, we're not gonna call names, but we all know people who read the book and then they get up and speak the book. And you could say, bruh, I could tell, like, I'm not stupid. You read so-and-so's book, and then you came and you gave me the 3 principles of so-and-so. I could have just read the book. But you can also tell somebody who read the book and they get up, and yes, they may use the book as a reference, but you can tell that they understand and they know exactly what the book is talking about because they've been there and they've done that. And there was a question at the Success Series. A lady was like, yo, I got one question. I was like, what's up? She was like, yo, forget writing and all of that. Forget all of that. I'm working on my dissertation. I got a family. I'm talking about my class time, like going to class. I'm talking about the getting online and doing I'm talking about forget the actual dissertation, like the proposal, like I got a family. I'm tired. I'm sitting there laughing, see why she talking. I'm like, let's talk afterwards. Why? Because I've been through that experience. You feel me? I've had to go through that. And as a result of going through that, guess what I'm able to do? I am able to make it happen. You hear what I'm saying? I am able to make it happen because I've been there and I've done that. You feel me? So I just think it's important for us to understand that when we go through the bottom and get to the top, started from the bottom, now we here. When we go from the bottom to the top, what we're able to do, see, is actually give people the blueprint. And so I told my son, you do not just want the money. You don't want somebody just to give you the job. Because like you said before, see, if you lose the job, if the job goes under, can you start again? And the only way you can start again, the only way you can not only start again, because we never had to start again by the grace of God, but the only way you keep going to different levels is because you've mastered. Listen to me, guys. E.T. tried to cut corners. I did. I tried to cut corners, y'all. I did. And I paid for it. But I had to go back and go, ha, ha, ha. Hey, hey, hey. He. Ho, ho, ho. Who. I got it. So when I hear now the word hombre, okay. The H is silent. I get it. O-M-B-E-R. I got it. I got it. There are words that I hear now that I'm like, hacer. Okay, I got it. H is silent, but that's A. Say. I know the alphabet now, and I had to go all the way back in Spanish and go over the alphabet. I had to go over the articles. Una, el, la, lo. I had to start from scratch, bruh, to build. And I was trying to like disrespect the language and go straight in the middle, straight in an app, as if I already knew the basics. And it's like, nope, hit the Sesame Street, boy. But I tell you this, when Jorge is talking to me now and I have to write the word down, siempre. I'm like, okay, listen, E, what do you hear? The E, okay, in the English, that's an I. The E, okay, that's a A. I got it, M. So I'm telling y'all, like C said, kill the pride. Go see School Days for those of you who got pride when it comes to learning. Go see Night School. It changed, the doggone movie changed my life, guys. So real quick, that was my take on it. See, like, that's why you got to go back to the beginning and not have pride so that when this thing collapses, or if you want to build on it, you got the building blocks. And we talked about this before, but in math, show me your work, because the only way I know that you can continue to do it, you can give me the answer, but that don't mean you know how to do it. Show me the work, because if you show me the work, I can guarantee you're going to get the answer right every time.
Wait, Night School changed your life?
Bruh, let me tell you something.
It was that kind of movie.
Bruh, let me tell you something. Bruh, your boy, I know I keep saying Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish, but the other guy, Will something, whoever the writer was, but I called L right afterwards and was like, bruh, you got to go see the movie. Stop what you're doing. Go see the movie. And yes, we'll talk about it later, but mad shout out to Kevin Hart. Anybody that has a learning disability or anybody's school that it doesn't come natural to you, you have to go see this movie, bruh. You have to go to see this movie. And when you come out of it, don't take it as entertainment. Really look at what, and I don't want to say it because everybody is just come out, so you may not have seen it. I'll give you a week or two to go see it. But yeah, see, when you go see it, it may not resonate totally with you. It might, I'm saying, well, it will, because for real, kids who, have challenges, but I watched it and my wife and daughter was like, that's you, dad, that's you all day, dad. And it was a phenomenal movie.
You know what, I was holding out on you. So you remember the other day when I told you the babysitter was packing up food?
Yeah.
And we went on a date night. We went to the movies, which I ain't been in the movies since we went to see Roman J. Esquire, and I fell asleep in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I saw?
Don't tell me, Black Panther.
No. This is the other day. Black Panther out on Netflix.
Oh, okay. All right, I don't know.
I saw Equalizer 2.
Ah.
Bro,
I didn't see that
I'm
yet.
late, but
I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah, no, fire, bro.
Jalen told me it was whack.
Oh, Jay tripping. Jay
told me it was whack.
Fire, bro. That thing was fire.
Oh, it's probably not even out here no more.
Yeah, nah, Boog young, bro. He was texting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was texting this girl during the movie. Nah, it was fire.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's like the first one. You know the plot. You know what I'm saying? You will love it. Guarantee you will love it.
I'm going to get it. Because we got a gig in November, so I'm going to need it for the gig.
Nah, it was fire, bro. So yeah, I forgot to tell y'all that because I know that was that's a conference specialty right there.
But that's been out though, right? Hadn't that been out for months?
It's been out for a minute. We just, what happened was we was trying to go see White Boy Rick, but some kind of way we didn't leave dinner in time. So by the time we got there, the only thing that was about to start.
That's a Detroit classic.
Yeah, I'm not up on the story, so we were gonna go see that. And by the time we got to the theater, it was already like 20 minutes in, so we just went and saw Equalizer 2. But that thing, bro, it's just like the first one. You know what I'm saying? Like, sweet, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you like the first one, you'll like this one. So if you ain't like the first one, I guess you wouldn't like this one. But let me call Boog and find out what his beef was. You know me, if I stay awake the entire movie, it's fire. And I'm talking about that thing from the jump. Now, I ain't gonna tell you it's deep in storyline or nothing like that, but bruh, entertaining is all get out. And my man still is the OG. So, all right. Let's go to Ask ET. It's brought to you by BreatheUniversity.com. All right? Why did we start BU? We started BU because, listen, man, everywhere we went, people were like, yo, I want to keep in touch with y'all. I want to hang out with y'all. I want to be on the phone with y'all. I want to learn from y'all. All of these things, right? So we started BU because we're actually on the phone. We're actually teaching. We actually have courses. We actually are on the call tonight. We have a call. We're doing a financial call. Teach you how to get your money together tonight, right? As you're hearing this, right? Some of you who listen right away as soon as we drop it, we are on the BU call talking about finances right as we speak, all right? Tomorrow or Sunday, E's got his call. And I'm going to just be real with y'all. Like, people come up to me all the time after conferences, at events. People come up to me in the mall as they do you, E, and they always say, yo, how can I connect with you? How can I build with you? And the first thing I tell them is, be you, all right? Go to BU. You go sign up for BU and connect with me on Thursday, because at the end of the call, E, what was our call last week? Help me out. Oh, Steve Jobs, right?
Say it again, Steve.
Our call last week, we did Steve Jobs, right? We did the app. We were doing the lessons from Apple, right? So, and we'll finish that call next week. But we're doing the 10 most important principles that we've learned from Steve Jobs and Apple as a $1 trillion company. So we've been doing this $1 trillion call now series, right? And so it's funny because we do what, about 40 minutes worth of teaching? And then the last 20 minutes, we open it up for question and answer. And so then people will see me out and be like, yo, let me get your number, let me call. I'm like, no, don't do that. You can, once you get in BU, then you can connect. But you're not going to just rob me of my time when I'm already doing exactly what you're asking for. And so every Thursday, every Sunday, E got about 500 modules on there. We got marriage stuff going on a regular basis, meetups going on all over the country. Listen, you need to be in BU. This is not just us telling you this so we can get another member. This is us telling you, if you need to get around a community of people who are doing it big, I can't tell you how many people are writing books, how many people are speaking, how many people are, starting businesses, entrepreneurs, the whole nine as BU students. And man, it's been incredible to witness. It's probably one of our biggest achievements, I'd say, in our professional careers, to be able to start a community that has this much love for one another. Man, let me tell you something. When Chris passed, bruh, you saw the true heartbeat of a community, man. Like, for real. We came together like none other, and it is one big family. And I love each and every one of you who are already in BU, and much love to the people who are going to sign up and join. So go to BreatheUniversity.com. You will never find another program for the price that we got this joint at that will put as much value and effort into making sure you succeed as we will, all right? So BreatheUniversity.com. Much love. Look forward to hearing your voice on the call Thursday or Sunday, all right? E, you ready for a couple questions?
Yeah, my bad. See, I was looking up. That's why when you asked me the question, it threw me off a little bit. I was looking up the Equalizer 2 to see if it was still in Lansing.
Oh, that joint fire, bro.
It's not showing, though. I don't see any showing. I'm about to see if it's
might be over with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I might have caught the last showing. Yeah, it'll be on online here shortly, I'm sure. It's probably, I'll check for you. It might already be online. I'll give you one of my sign-ins. Fair File, he got all my sign-ins. Bro, I'm talking about DirecTV, Netflix, Hulu. He got every one of my sign-ins.
You know what I'm saying?
But he ain't never bought a subscription yet.
And I feel bad because I got them and I ain't using them, so I'm getting in trouble. I'm getting in trouble for having them and I ain't even using them.
Fair File.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's see here. We got a Fair File. All right, cool. Let's go with my man Slowmo06 off Instagram. He says, so, my daughter turned 5 years old 2 weeks ago. She's obsessed with a kids show called Paw Patrol. Hello, welcome. She received a complete gift set with all 5-6 of the main characters. She was so excited that she ripped the package open and played with them immediately. Within a week, Chase, the Paw Patrol leader, had a mishap with his foot, and his foot fell off and was lost. So here we are yesterday. I went to the store and bought the individual replacement for the damaged one. Is it foul that I put the damaged one from the gift set in the box of the one that I bought yesterday and plan on taking it back to the store to get a refund?
No question. No question. Hey, let me tell you something. Smart but foul, but definitely smart. You feel what I'm saying? They should have made them jokers durable.
Oh,
so
no
you wouldn't
doubt.
have to keep buying
I'm saying
them.
it's for a 5-year-old. You know they're going to break it. I said, I don't know. I don't want to. I think that might be illegal. So I'm going to say
this, though. They do have, the store does have insurance. Remember, I used to steal from the mall. I know the mall's policies kind of well. They do have insurance on that joker, so you'll be fine when you send the sucker back. They'll be able to get their money back. But it's still foul, though. That was E's old days. That's an old E.T.
Yep. Let's see. Lee M. West Jr.
Don't steal from the mall, kids.
Do not steal from the mall. Lee M. West Jr. And listen, man, go to our podcast page, what's it called, S2S Podcast on Instagram. This is where I'm getting all our questions from now. It's just easier to centralize them. So my man, Lee M. West Jr. said, what are some suggestions on finding your target audience, marketing the proper content, expanding your brand, and how do you go about touring for events? I always say this, if it's a personal brand, start with the lower hanging fruit, right? Like that's the easiest thing you can do when starting a personal brand is to start with the lowest hanging fruit. So for E and I, we started with young African-American males who were at risk. Why? Because we knew that population very well. We worked very closely with them, and it was an easy sell for us when we walk into, a juvenile detention center with the way E and I look, when we walk into, a high school in the middle of, a troubled neighborhood. Like, it was easy for us to convince whoever was in charge or whoever was listening that we were the ones for the job and that we were whatever, right? Because they looked at us and went, oh, okay, got you. Now imagine if I'd have been like, yo, E, right out of college, C just got his degree. We about to start with corporate America, bruh. We going straight to corporate and letting them know we the ones. No disrespect, but I'm not sure how that would have worked out. But what we did is, I always tell people, Lee, grow your brand from the inside out. Does that mean wherever you start from, you got to finish? Absolutely not. You can grow and expand. But everything you see E doing now, from the NFL, the NBA, the Fortune 500s to, presenting for the billionaires and hanging with Warren Buffett, all of that came from starting with a very small targeted audience and blowing that out. Now, we still work with that population very intimately and always will, because that's our first love. Like, that's where we started in this game. But everything you see, all the success we've had has come from that. So if you are if you're trying to start a vlog and you are a 42-year-old white woman, guess who the easiest people to convince to come on your blog first are gonna be? Other white women in their 40s, just by pure look. Start there. Right. That doesn't mean where you're gonna finish, but start there and then grow it from the inside out. That's my advice. So I hope that helps. All right, let's see. When are you coming to Indianapolis or Chicago? I don't know. What do you think, E?
I'm working with the Pacers, but I'm not. I'm saying that's not public, so I don't know, bro. I'll let you know when I know.
Okay. I got one right here from this. It's a Chick-fil-A Fair File alert. Let me tell you something. I love the fact that y'all sending y'all fair files. Like, I really do. Like, this is fun for me because I don't always have them. So y'all keep sending y'all fair files on the podcast page. This one's for you, E, because it's Chick-fil-A. So my homie Bree Jones, 1429 on Instagram said, fair or foul alert. So we all know Chick-fil-A stays on their job. Home of the Jesus Chicken.
That's it.
That's my
That's
jam.
from the movie, see? That's from the movie.
What movie? Oh.
Night School.
Oh, for real? Okay, got you.
Yeah.
I'm behind. I'm about to go see it now since you said it was like that. She said, never had a bad experience. So tell me why I go to Chick-fil-A, and obviously my man behind the counter was new, as you can tell. Well, the nice young lady, if I could read, the nice young lady next to him was an obvious veteran of the Chick-fil-A gang. I asked for a spicy chicken deluxe that comes with cheese, lettuce, and tomato. I get my food, and my man must have rang me up for a plain spicy chicken sandwich. So I go back to the counter and said, oh, sorry, it looks like you rang up the wrong sandwich. I had a deluxe. He's like, cool, my bad. Let me get you right. Homeboy hands me a box of lettuce, tomato, and cheese in it.
Ooh.
I'm like, yo, he didn't even offer to add it on there for me or nothing. I got to build the sandwich and reheat it to make sure the cheese melts. Homegirl next to him was just watching and said nothing. I'm not tripping on it. I was just taken aback that Chick-fil-A was not on point with the, let me get that back and we will take care of you. They like, nah, rebuild your own sandwich. LOL, fair or foul.
Now, first of all.
That's a good one, Bree.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Let me be honest with y'all. First of all, I think, you have been watching or listening to the podcast for a while and you like feel and see fair or foul and you wanted to be down. And so you made up a fair foul.
You trying to say she lying? Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow. You trying to say she lying, bro?
That's a strong word, but I'm saying...
You think she's stretching the truth on you, Bree?
She's trying to get her fair foul on
Come on, Bree. Don't let him do you like that.
She's trying to get her fair foul on the podcast. She's being creative so she could get her content on. That never happened. Now, when she said homeboy did it, okay, it's a possibility. But my girl next to him looking at it and didn't say nothing, not possible, because I was just at where were we coming from? It was Lil D, the school days. So they wanted to stop and grab something to eat. So we stopped at Chick-fil-A. So of course they send me in to get their order. And I asked for an Arnold Palmer. I wanted an Arnold Palmer. So I got the Arnold Palmer. And I'm not gonna lie to you, see, I didn't know if they did refills or not. So I'm sitting here waiting because Lil Mama, Kia, they ordered and you have to be like a vegan boy to know that they have vegan options there, right? So she orders the vegan boy, which takes about 30 minutes.
Wait, from Chick-fil-A?
Oh yeah, Chick-fil-A got vegan options. Yep. So they have.
What's the option?
So they have a couple things, but she ordered it's like a soy product.
Oh wow.
Wrap. Yeah, it's a wrap. Bro, they on top of their game. They don't play.
Wow.
So she ordered the wrap with this. Man, what was it? Like, give me what are those? Like not, the dressing. See, vinaigrette.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of the deeper ones though.
Raspberry vinaigrette.
You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Avocado, raspberry vinaigrette. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this gonna be
on the low. You might have just stumbled your way into something, player.
Yeah, I just was like, yo, this gonna be a minute though. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't they hookup right here. And so I'm sitting there waiting and I'm looking around. Like, I didn't even say nothing. I was just looking like, do they do refills? And one dude looked at the other dude and was like, yo, did you help him? And he was like, no, he didn't say nothing. He was like, oh no, he wants something. How can I help you, sir? I was like, bruh, for real? He was like, yeah, I could see something was on your mind. I was like, do y'all refill it? He was like, no question. Take the lid off in the straw. Let me tell you. So I'm just saying.
Chick-fil-A
I'm not saying
out here reading minds now.
I'm not saying she lying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying she lying. I'm just saying.
Bree, so we need receipts. We need receipts. Did you take a picture?
I think it's foul.
We need something.
Yeah, I think it's foul that she would make up such a thing against Chick-fil-A. I think it's foul.
Yo, here go a question that's got a fair foul in it because my man low-key took a jab at you. My man said, my question is, will your messages ever be translated into different languages? My wife is Japanese and I feel she needs to hear these type of messages, but she only knows business level English, not ET English.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. Hey, y'all heard what CJ said. You got to stay
Night
in your lane,
school.
baby. So
Night school.
Hey, you got to stay in your lane, baby. Hey,
Night school.
Tell your boy I'm blowing up for the night school folks, baby. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to where I am blowing up. I stay in my lane,
We gotta have somebody
bro.
who knows fluent slang in Japanese and English, and to be able to translate that into Japanese.
Yeah. Hey, C, tell him on the west side of Detroit, they don't teach that type of English, bro.
No. They definitely don't. That was from my man, M.M. Askitso. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Y'all got some crazy Instagram
I'm sorry,
names.
bro. Hey, in my next life, I'll do better.
Yeah, no, we do have some translated, I think, though. People have offered to do it, but I don't really think anybody came through consistently because we wanted to build out a Spanish channel. So if you out there and you want to do it,
you know what I've come to realize, and even talking to people, there are some things that we're gonna be able to do, but just some stuff don't. You know what I'm saying? Like especially because it's slang. It doesn't necessarily, and it's so funny.
Yeah, but we can still do captions on the videos, though, like captions. The Spanish, you know what I mean? Like as close as we can get it. At least start in Espanol first. You know, Japanese may be down the line. You know, we obviously have a large Spanish-speaking population here, and who rock with E, but you're right. We do need to get that out a little bit.
I was just saying, even for me, like I use the translator, and so my boy, my boy Felipe, he from Mexico. He said, "Que lo que," and so I put it in there like "Que lo que," and it didn't come up. And I was like, "Yo, Felipe, it didn't come up." He was like, "Oh, it's slang for saying what's up." I was like,
right.
Okay,
cool. Yeah. They got somebody got to make a cooler version of the
translated boy.
You know what I'm saying?
So a lot of my stuff, it's slang stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Because your stuff probably it wouldn't even sound sweet in like regular English over there. They're gonna get it and be like, I don't see what all the hype's about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to say breathe with the V at the end. Or
you feel me?
You know what I'm saying? Or
they're not gonna breathe.
Impact.
What's that? Yeah, they're not gonna get it.
All right. Well, that's it for me, man. I got to go. I got some Game Changer one-on-one. Shout out to all my Game Changers. If you want to join Game Changers and come learn how to speak from myself, then join Game Changers, all right? Go on our website and sign up to be a professional speaker, man. Get out there, start getting some money to speak. I'm turning my Game Changers into savages as we speak, so look forward to you joining us there. Announcements, we will be in San Diego, back on the West Coast. Looking forward to that, man. I love San Diego, bro. The weather, goodness gracious, is beautiful out there. We're doing our Take Control series, so that is myself. I'm not. Sean, I think Sean is going to be there as well. Hopefully, Sean's moving out to LA too. Congrats to his family on that move, man. Definitely. Prayers up on a great experience. Josh, Jamal, myself, E, Maya, we coming with it, man. The Take Control is on a whole nother level. Let me tell you something. You've been getting comfortable taking them shoes off at the Take Control, so it's over with. Y'all about to get that fire. So that, and then December 3rd. Help me out, E. Carl is
Ignite the dream. Ignite the dream.
Yeah,
that's all. Just say
Ignite the dream. No, not December 3rd. December 1st.
It's go to the website, y'all. etinspired.com.
December 7th. ET Inspired. Man, this is what happened when you got a gorilla and a flamingo trying to do announcements. And then also Phenomenal Life Jamaica. All right, a little time left, man. Come join us in Jamaica, man. I'm looking forward to Jamaica, man. I've actually never been to Jamaica, E. So I'm looking forward to it. Nah, I've never been to Jamaica. So I know we went to, where did we go? We went to Bermuda.
Well, they taking you to Farmington Hills, Jamaica, though. I'm gonna have to get you over to Kingston. Problem.
No. Yeah, I'm down to go to Farmington Hills, Jamaica first, and then, you know what I'm saying, make my way to see my people. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I think that's it, man. Appreciate everybody for listening. E, you got a nugget of the day for us, player?
Yeah. It's what I put up on Instagram today, guys, for real. You know, for real. We talk about take control, but either you take control of your life or someone else will. You know, I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? If you only take control 60%, somebody gonna take control 40%. You take control 70%, somebody gonna take control 30%. You know, and man, just the thought, you know what I'm saying, of my wife having to go back to work. You know what I'm saying? Just the thought of my kids graduating and not having an opportunity. It was so funny. I was talking to Jalen C, and it was a couple things that he was just like, man, Dad, I wish this, and that. And I was like, yo, bro, you live in America. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yo, I'd like to be able to have, a couple more dollars and to be able to, just do some, what do you call that, C? Fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? Recreational stuff. And I said to him, take control, bruh. I'm like, yo, it ain't no reason you shouldn't be able to say you want to go to this trip, and you're going to need $12,000 extra dollars to make that happen. I was like, yo, wake up in the morning, bruh. You drove the company somewhere the other day and you got, we went out of town. So he drove the company to the Ohio gig and back. I think it's like not official Uber, but he was a transportation service. He got $500. I was like, yo, bruh, just put that up there. You need $12,000. Then he erased that, put $11,500. You know what I'm saying? And then go do something else and put 11. And then boom, I said, keep putting that money to the side till you got your 12,000. I was like, yo, bruh, you live in America. You take control. So if you want additional funds just for recreation, I was like, there's no reason. You want to hire people? There's no reason you should be coming to me and see like, yo, y'all know somebody that's got a job for these. No, go create a job for them. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm like, why can't you create a job for them? Wouldn't you need an assistant at some point in your life? So I was like, yo, son, take control. You feel me? Take control. And so I'm talking to somebody today saying, look, if you don't take control, no disrespect, there are franchises out there that are looking to employ people. I heard Toys R Us not going bankrupt. They trying to make a comeback. They're going to need to hire some people, right? Whatever. There are companies out there that's hiring people every day. People get the jobs pissed. I don't like the hours. I don't like what they pay. But if you don't take control of your life, somebody else going to take control. So for real, my nugget for the day is take control of your life. Take control now. Take control right now. So 2019, we won't have to have these same doggone conversations where you fussing and whining and whimpering and talking about what you don't like. Do something today, man, so you can take control tomorrow.
I appreciate that nugget of the day. Shout out to everybody on that 100-day challenge with us. It's not too late to get signed up. If you want to sign up, of course, go to breatheuniversity.com, 100dayswithET.com, and check us out, man. We'd love to have you on the road with us, man. We are going in until the new year. Sign up with us now. Go leave us that review on iTunes, man. Much love. We'll see you next week.